Good evening. Good evening, board and community members and band members. I have the distinct honor, as having lived the world of being a band director, to introduce an exceptional young man and group of students for quite an accomplishment. As you all know, on December 26th, early December 26th, students left for Atlanta, Georgia to perform in many musical events associated with the Chick-fil-A Bowl. And I would like to introduce Mr. Seth Jones and some of his students to come and talk about that. I think they took one or two awards through that event, so we're going to talk about that as well. Thank you. Mr. Jones.
Yes. And I can say that Mr. Rizzo knew it was early because he had to drop off his kids at 3 a.m. that morning. Hi, Mr. Jones. I'm the high school band director. And we're just going to, I have some students here that are going to talk mostly about our experience. But we did, in December, take the entire marching band program to the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It was the BCS National Semifinal game. We performed as part of its band festival that was down there. One of my duties since I've been here since 2012 is to expand the universe by which our band program lives. And what I mean by that is growing what we do outside of our school district, outside of our area, outside of our state. So when I started to look for an experience that I wanted to put together for our program, I kind of like looked for some criteria as we're continually expanding the universe of our band program. We just built a new facility. Thank you to our school board for that and making sure that happened. With the help of Heidi Rockland in our curriculum office, we're rewriting the music department curriculum right now and adapting our band curriculum to grow with our students. We have been doing extensive change in our leadership structure of how our students function within the band program and what we're doing to propel that forward. So when I came to the thought of I want to do a big trip, I wanted to do a trip that can incorporate everybody. I wanted to incorporate a trip that's growing on the national level because our program is competing on the national level in the marching band world, and so it seemed fitting. And about a year and a half ago, I applied to the Peach Bowl committee for to bring our band down there. And we were accepted with a couple other bands. And what they do is we were involved in events pertaining to the game. We are part of game day. We were there at the game, and I have some students to talk about that. And then they did a band festival for all the bands that were down there, and our students got to interact with those students, which is pretty cool. And then we just did some general getting to see the world of Atlanta. So I have 3 students to talk about the different aspects. We have a whole bunch of students here with us tonight from our band program, which is awesome. A lot of them are actually in Winter Garden winter percussion rehearsal. So I'm going to start with Nicole because she has to get back to winter percussion rehearsal. But I have Nicole Irwin here, who is one of our drum majors field commanders. Chris Barr, who is a junior and one of our drum majors field commanders. And then we have Ryan Henkels, here's a junior who's going to talk about some stuff because Ryan was individually awarded a medal when we were down there for his individual performance. So we're going to start with Nicole. Come on up, Nicole.
Hi everyone, my name is Nicole Irwin and I'm one of the drum majors for the Golden Ram Marching Band. I'm a senior, and a few weeks ago we took a trip down to Atlanta to participate in events concerning the Peach Bowl. And on the first day, we took about an 18-hour bus ride down to Atlanta, and on the way there, we stopped at Medieval Times. Medieval Times is a place where it's like a dinner and a show. So we ate dinner there, but we had to use our hands, and we also watched a show, and it was really cool. It had horses and swords. And so then the next day, we participated in a thing called a mass band rehearsal, and there we practiced with about 4 other bands, and we practiced in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. There, they grouped us into a large group where we were organized in our sections. So I was with the drum majors, and it was really cool getting to talk to the other people because they were really nice and they were really supportive of us. And it was just a really cool experience to hear like what it sounded like to perform with that many people in one location. So yeah, and then the other events that we did was we went to the game, the Peach Bowl, and it was really cool to be able to be there in like a live game surrounded by like thousands of people. And it was really cool to get to see the Oklahoma band and the LSU band. And Another thing we did down there was we went to the World of Coke Museum, and there we got to see a little bit of the history of Coke, and we got to taste a lot of different Cokes from around the world. And we also went to the Atlanta Aquarium, and there we got to see a bunch of animals. That was really cool, and we got to spend a lot of times with our friends, which is really fun. And we also got to do what we love with music in a really cool way. And then another thing that we did there was we went to the Olympic Park and we got to see the Olympic rings with the fountains. And yeah, it was just a really cool experience overall, and I'm really glad that I got to do this as a senior and my last trip with the band. So yeah.
And then to talk about our festival events where our students were performed and adjudicated, I have Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris Barr. I'm a junior, and I am the drum major for the Springford Marching Band. I'm here to talk a little bit about our performances and what we did while we were down in Atlanta. On the first full day that we were there, we had our stadium performance where we performed at the Mercedes-Benz Dome, and I just have to say that was the coolest experience I've ever had in my entire life. Just the echo and the sound that we were able to hear while we were in that stadium was unlike anything else I had experienced before. I can't even fathom being in that kind of headspace just in my life again. Another thing that we experienced was the parade. We got to participate in the parade actually, and hundreds, maybe even thousands of people were crowding the streets, packing them, so that they could see our band and the other bands that were there, including OU's band and LSU's band, and they were so just excited to be there, and it made our whole band completely invigorated. We were so excited to perform in front of all these people, and it was just a really cool experience overall. The next thing that we did was, at the next day, we were able to perform our concert band music, and we had been practicing it for a little bit before we performed it at our winter concert, and it was also a really exciting experience. We performed really well with our whole band there, and we were able to be mentored actually by these extremely well-known musicians and these collegiate level performers that were able to tell us how we were doing and coach us through our music, just to get a better standpoint on how to perform as musicians and as people overall. And lastly, I am in the jazz band that we performed in, so I play tenor sax, and we were able to perform in front of these same judges. And the same thing happened where a really cool collegiate level musician was able to talk to us about how to perform, how to be a better jazz musician overall. And I think I can say on behalf of the entire band that this was one of the greatest experiences of our entire life, and I would 100% do it again, no doubt. Thank you.
So it was really cool that the Peach Bowl committee sets up these events for the kids to perform at in their own right, so they can see the kids at their best. The Peach Bowl is actually the only bowl game in the country that allows the marching band's use of the stadium and performance time before the game, and that's because the CEO of Chick-fil-A was in high school marching band and still plays the trumpet to this day, and so he very much values the band experience at games. Many of the big bowl games don't allow the bands in the stadium at all prior to the games. Even the college bands aren't allowed in. So the Chick-fil-A Bowl is a very band-friendly bowl, which I really appreciated. And so with all of these events, there were judges and community members from the Peach Bowl that were evaluating our group. So we had kind of an award ceremony, and I'm going to have Ryan talk through all of that. Like I said, Ryan was individually awarded a medal for his performance down there. In solos, he got his own little plaque or something, right? What did they give you? Yeah. They gave him a frame. So that was pretty cool. So Ryan, come on down.
Hello, my name is Ryan Hinkles. I am a junior French horn player here at Springford. I'm here to talk about the award ceremony. So Springford took home a grand total of 11 awards, and it was a very nice event. It was semi-formal, and they had really kind service there. They treated everybody like they actually mattered, which most events don't. And we competed in Category 3 at the 10-12 band. We had the jazz band perform, we had a parade, we had the concert band and the field show. And in the 10-12 band, we actually took home first in all of the categories for jazz, parade, concert, and field show. and 3 of those we won the Grand Champion Award, which is out of like all the bands that were there, we were considered the best ones, and that would be in the jazz band, the parade, and in the concert band. And our 9th grade concert band performed in the open class and took first place in their division. There were 2 other awards. As Mr. Jones mentioned, I won a soloist award, but another fellow musician, AJ Renalia, won a saxophone soloist award for jazz band. And then our saxophone section for jazz band also won an award together as a group. After the awards were presented to everybody, they released all the bands together on the dance floor. We all started to socialize and make friends with people who lived all around the country. It was a very great and redeeming experience. There was another high school band there. They were called Worlington High School, and they made us a banner. And it was specific just for our band. Even after the awards, they came over and took a picture with us. We are truly grateful for the experience that Box 5 events provided us and the opportunity to perform as an event as big as the Peach Bowl.
Can I just have, if you're a student here and you went with us to Atlanta, could you please stand so we could recognize all of you? We have a lot, like I said, a lot of our students in rehearsal. It was grades 9 through 12. We also took 30 parents with us as official chaperones. Mrs. Huntington from the 7th grade center served as our trip nurse and coordinated medications for all of our students, which is a feat in itself. And it was just a really wonderful time. I'm really grateful that we were able to do it. The weather was 70 degrees every day. It was perfect. And there was Chick-fil-A everywhere. So that was kind of cool. But thank you once again to our school board. A lot of the decisions you make enable us to be creative and be inventive and expand the universe by which our kids live in every day. So thank you so much.
And Mr. Jones, this was the first time that you had gone to the Peach Bowl? First time?
Yeah.
And will you be applying to do that again?
I'd like to. I'd like to try something else. You know, like if we can get use, I want to start using the new athletic center and do like something like the Rose Bowl, because that's a 7-mile parade. So we'd have to like seriously get the kids on their running machines to do a 7-mile parade. But like something like that would be fun to do next, you know. But this was a great event. I would absolutely go back.
It's amazing that's the first time and you had all those awards. I mean, it is amazing and it's not, because we know how great you are and we value you and appreciate you. So we value the Springford Band too.
No,
So
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And yeah.
Did you bring a picture along of all the awards or no?
There's one on the social media world for sure. I know it's out there.
And you
but-
went down with 30 parents, how many came back?
All 30 came back. Yeah, the hardest part was finding space for all the trophies actually, because most of the trophies are the size of this podium, so they took up their own bus seats.
Well, I think
unfortunately.
that, you know, the entire time you were down there and all the posting on social media, and then as you were winning the awards, the pictures that were being shared, and I think that the Springford community at large was extremely proud of all the accomplishments of what you guys were able to achieve down
Yeah.
there. And I heard that they're going to rename all the Peach Streets to Ram Street now.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. No, I think that was the magical thing about a trip experience like this as well is, you know, our band program does a lot, and if you're in the band world, you know the things that we do are pretty incredible, but just to be saying that we got to be at that game was pretty awesome in the first place, you know, like, just to see a team like LSU play, and for our kids to see like, hey, if you go to a Division I school like LSU and you play in a band, not only do you get scholarship money to play at a place like that, but B, like this is your weekend, like every weekend, you know. Mrs. Melton can attest because her son is very involved at Ohio State, but like that's what they get to do every weekend, and for our kids to see that is pretty incredible, you know.
Oops. You definitely made, you know, an impact when you were down there, and you guys, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
The amount of awards. Was there any other awards that you didn't win, or did you guys clean house?
No, hilariously enough, we did not win the field show award because we did not march our show. I did not feel like taking all 16 of our trees to Atlanta with us. And, an NFL stadium, we used wireless microphones for our marching band productions and to worry about all of the frequencies. And I didn't want to rehearse with the band on the parking lot in December, candidly. So we just decided to do a standstill of it. And so since we didn't march, we couldn't win the field show award. But we probably would have, candidly, but that stays between our community.
Well, that was, again, great job, and, I mean, this thing keeps going up. You definitely made the Springford community, very proud of and it's a great way to end the season out,
Yeah,
for
it's
marching
fun.
band season. So
Yeah,
great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Seth, I love all the things that you do with the kids. You continue to amaze with the experiences that you provide to our students, and from giving them an opportunity to see what it's like to be in a D1 band kind of a thing, and even a collegiate band, regardless, D1 or one of the big four or whatever. It's just, but also to experience the Olympic Park and to, have the competitions and the aquarium and to give them those opportunities. I can't thank you enough. You have, since you came to Springford, continued to just up the ante, with giving those experiences. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Jones, as a token of our appreciation, we'd like to present you with a commendation. And the commendation reads, the Springford Board of School Directors awards this certificate of commendation to the Springford Area High School Golden Ram Marching Band in recognition of exceptional effort and success in the appearance, competition, and performance at the 2019 Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Congratulations to you, your students, and your parents.
Thank you.
I think we have to go over here for a big picture.